This is the last panel discussion, and thereafter we just have, I believe, the valedictory address. So in this panel discussion, we are going to focus on the major minerals, exploration, production, and marketing. As since morning, you would have listened to many speakers telling you the fact that we do have the abundance mineral and state like Rajasthan, Karnataka, Orissa, and other states also. They are highly mineral rich, and there is effort being made to somehow explore the natural resources for the economic growth of the country. But at the same time, in this panel, since we have already spoken about a couple of topics which included the technology, which included hydrocarbon, also the exploration. In this panel discussion, we'll try to focus more on the marketing part, the production part of it. And our focus will be around as to how we can get the high quality, cost effective exploration of the mineral. Also, we'll try to figure out the what kind of innovative solution that we are able to come out for the mining. Also, mineral resources assessment that we should be doing, and also as to what kind of scientific development that we should be working on for that. Also, the optimal utilization of existing IT infrastructure or any infrastructure that we have. So I'll begin with Mr. Arvind Kumar. Mr. Kumar, your organization, Mineral Exploration and Consultancy Limited, if you could share based on your experience as to how you are trying to work around, as I earlier asked in other panel discussion to some of the panelists, on the high quality and cost effective and a time bound geoscientific services of exploration. And also if you could further focus a bit about Rajasthan, because the state has huge potash and halite resources spread across 50,000 square kilometer in the Nagpur and Gangagar basin in the northwest. So if you could share what kind of work that MECL is doing on that part.
Good evening to all of you. This MECL carved out of GSI in 1972, and it is this year this MECL is celebrating the Golden Jubilee. So as far as MECL is concerned, it is one CPSE under Ministry of Mines and providing the single point solution all exploration related services, right from this remote sensing and trenching, pitting, and then drilling. And now related to analysis part, 3D ore body modeling with the use of the software like Sarpac and Minex and Datamine. And later it is converting into the feasibility studies, as well as also we have ventured into the preparation of the mining plans. MECL carried out systematic exploration which involved commencing from remote sensing studies, geological mapping, surface geophysical studies, following by drilling and associated geological work. This high quality systematic approach eliminates the unjustified expenditure toward the exploration. And we are also using the modern geophysical techniques like magnetic survey and resistivity survey and induced polarization and magnetotelluric survey for identifying the mineral resources which are at a deeper depth. And same work we are doing for this Hindustan Copper Limited in Kolyan mine. As far as this potash is concerned, GSI and MECL has carried out the exploration campaign in the Ganganagar and Bikaner basin, and area is very large, and resources of about 350 million tons has been identified, but it is of low grade compared to similar type of deposits in the foreign countries, where the percentage of potash is very more than 20%, where its average here is 1%, 2%, 3%, and maximum up to 4%. If we go with 4% cutoff, the reserves value is coming down further to 80 million tons. But as far as the 1% is concerned, it is coming about 350 million ton, and with 3% cutoff grade, it is coming about 150 million ton. Now we are carrying out the feasibility study. The work of feasibility study has been assigned to DMT International UK, and data exchange is going on, and some critical meetings are also have been scheduled and conducted. And shortly one delegation will go to foreign also from the government of Rajasthan and DMG, and then they will try to conclude it. We need little time extension because consultant is asking some time, because exploration yet is done at 800-meter interval boreholes. Thereby, the details are still to be firm up. This project required more detailed exploration where the boreholes supposed to be drilled at interval of 400 meters. So we are trying to conclude it as early as possible by December and or so. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll go to Mr. Mallikarjun. Mr. Arjun, since morning we have been speaking about the opportunities that the state of Rajasthan has to offer and some of the organization which has been part of this particular conference as to how they are looking at it. From you, I would like to understand the opportunities that you have in the state of Karnataka and what learning we could have from a state like Karnataka and Rajasthan that the different state could imbibe in order to have a greater agility and scalability in exploration.
Good evening to everybody. I'm very much thankful to Department of Mines and Petroleum as well as the Economic Times that had given the opportunity to express our views. Basically, I came from Karnataka State Mineral Corporation, Karnataka. The Karnataka has got two PSUs. One is the Hatti Gold Mines, another is the Karnataka State Mineral Corporation. So presently, Karnataka is operating 111 mines, out of which almost 46 iron ore mines and rest 56 limestone mines. As in Karnataka, recently, 2011 onwards, the entire iron ore mines stopped. Again, they have made the category A, B, C. The C category mines, in order to make in a production, so keep in a auction regime, they have to make the entire exploration. That time we had given to MECL only. And out of 22, we have auctioned 14 and already it has been kept for production, 14 iron ore mines. Other than that, almost another 8 mines recently, 2021, again it has been auctioned and it will also going to start. And other than this, the gold mines, 8 gold mines, detailed exploration has been done, out of which 4 almost running now, another 8 going to start. So another 7 mines they are keeping for the auction and 4 limestone mines. So as sir was asking, so exploration will, it's a backbone for the mining industry. If you consider for the gold, all are vein and pocket deposits. So in order to make into production, a huge exploration is required. For gold and all, minimum 3 lakh meters per annum, or every suppose 1 ton of gold, you have to make 3 crores investment in exploration. Then only you could get. And our demand in the gold, almost India has got 1,000 tons of gold required, but all will make in imports only. So if we make 44 to 50 billion US dollars, so the India is losing. If we could make it possible for proper exploration, definitely in coming days we can go advance. Other than this, Karnataka is making the uranium exploration, some of the Belagaum and other Bagalkot district, and gold, platinum, these are all it's going on. And when being a production person, and I will tell regarding the this one also, production and the dispatch. Basically the iron ore will bring from G2 to G1 level, and the earlier before 2005 and all, the Karnataka used to make 55 million production. Now it is 35 million restricted. Again, recently monetary committee also it's not functioning by Supreme Court order. For iron ore, if we prove proper exploration and all, we will come to know the richness of the ore, the grade, the extent, the size. Definitely we'll put the better HEMMs, like higher capacity excavators. So if on 300 hectare area, if we could get around 300 million, definitely we'll go for that PC 2000 or WA 900 or 1500 tons per hour capacity. And if there is a variation in the grade, we'll go for beneficiation plant, upgradation of fines or upgradation of this sizable mineral. So presently it has started. In order to reach the country's steel production 200 million tons, we have to make a production around 350 to 370 million tons of iron ore. It is not possible without beneficiation activities for the iron ore, this one. So for that, the recent methods, it may be scrubbing, jigging, size reduction, hydrocyclone, thickeners. So
Right.
using those technology, we can improve the things.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll go to now Dr. Sanjay Das.
Thank you.
Dr. Das, you come from the Geological Survey of India. Would you like to share, especially the kind of exploration activity that, on a very general level, that you're looking across the country, and also the kind of potential on geo assessment that you have seen in the state of Rajasthan?
Good afternoon to all. I'm thankful to the organizers, specifically Department of Mining and Petroleum and Economic Department of Mining and Petroleum and Economic Times, as well as all the sponsors. And I'm proud to be here to represent an organization, institution of Government of India, which is one of the oldest one, took birth on 4th March 1851. And all the other exploration agencies, including of public sector of central government and state government, took birth from GSI. So that was the history and the legacy. Now, that was for coal and iron ore exploration prior to independence. Now, subsequently, NMDC, MECL, Groundwater Board, Central Groundwater Board, ONGC took birth from GSI. So our work got restricted, more specific. We are doing according to the day's requirement. We have got different mandate. Out of the 4 major mandate, one of the main mandate is the exploration of mineral commodities. And throughout India, we are doing that thing. Our main work was initially geological mapping, inch by inch, throughout the country. Now, subsequently, for economic importance, we started exploration commodity-wise. Now, iron ore, coal was initially our main exploration commodities, and then base metals. Now, coming to the state of Rajasthan, we are exploring more specifically base metals, which include lead, zinc, copper, cobalt, nickel. But in 17% of the ore are in India, 70% reserves are from the state of Rajasthan. Rajasthan is bestowed with all mineral commodities. Now, we are performing the work sincerely, and we take 3 types of explorations. First, the reconnaissance survey. It's a very preliminary regional survey for the minerals, particular commodities. Then comes preliminary survey, and then come detailed survey. The stage 1 is called G4 exploration, then come G2 exploration, and then G3 exploration. Initially, we take samples, get it analyzed. If the potential is there for the base metal or any commodity, we do detail this preliminary survey. So the initial survey, we take a block of 100 square kilometer to 50 square kilometer. Then for preliminary survey, we take more intensive work, geophysical surface information we take. We take detailed topographical survey and do intensive drilling up to the depth of 120 meters to 300 meters. So this is the preliminary survey, and then comes to detailed survey. If the reserve is very encouraging, we do deep drilling up to 300 meters or 350 meters, something like that. So this is the general procedures we are taking. Coming to the state of Rajasthan, lot of mineral commodities we are doing, regional survey. The easiest methodology and exploration techniques can be adopted for limestone. That is in the Jaisalmer districts, mostly concentrated. So more than 400 million tons of reserve we have calculated in different blocks through G3 exploration. Then comes base metal. That is the most tricky one and complicated mineralization structures. So we have a Khetri copper belt, which has been already explored by Hindustan. You have already listened to them. South of Khetri, we have got Nimkatana belt. That is the sole discovery of Geological Survey of India. We have established more than 120 million tons with a cut-off grade of 0.2, and then average grade is 0.3 to 0.45 up to 0.5% of copper ore from different minerals. Then come to the base metal exploration. We have already done a lot of base metal exploration and SEDEX type of deposits we have discovered. That was passed. And as we have already listened to HZL, the Kayar deposits of Ajmer district and the other deposits of Rajpura Dariba was discovered by Geological Survey of India in recent past. And then we are also taking exploration nearby areas like Sindasar Canal, Kalan, amalgamated blocks, where the reserves is more than 20 million tons with a total metal content of 4%. So these are the activities we are doing. Now with the change of mineral policy of Government of India, MMDR Act 2015, we are allowed to explore for RE, which was exclusively previously under the control of Atomic Mineral Division. So after that, we have started exploration of rare earth in the form of different bedrock samplings, G3 and G4 exploration in the Barmer districts like Malani igneous shoots, where these are alkaline rocks. So those are the things we are doing. Now coming to the potash, as we have already listened to the MECL representative panelist, he was telling, so yes, we are doing a lot of exploration side by side or along with MECL in the Ganganagar, Bikaner, Nagaur basin. So 430 million tons of reserve with a cut-off grade of 3% potassium we have discovered, and then we have handed over all the detailed report to DMGR, Rajasthan State Mining Corporation. And again, we are proud that many of these auctionable blocks are going to be auctioned in near futures. And Geological Survey of India will be carrying out much more work in this state of Rajasthan. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you for your detailed view, Mr. Das. Now I'll go to Mr. Anurag Diwan. Mr. Diwan, so far we have spoken about the different layers of the exploration from potash to other minerals. I would like you to focus on the allotment of these auction. When we use an integrated technology platform, anything for an e-auction, what we do ultimately, we increase the transparency and also, ease of access for the end user. So if we could focus on, based on your experience in Chhattisgarh, the outcome that e-auction has benefited to the state, also some of the IT-based governance model that you have brought in, what kind of benefit it has given, and on a mining perspective, what kind of real challenges that you see to the mining exploration? So if you could add these two things.
Okay, hello. Thank you, Mr. Ujaley and entire your team, and thank you to Government of Rajasthan for giving this opportunity and sharing my views. It looks, I think, we have heard a lot of speakers since morning. I think, but mostly from that side of the table. I'm few from this side of the table, and this is really more challenging. In any case, let me say a few things about my state. Chhattisgarh, like Rajasthan, it's a very mineral-rich state. In the year 2000, it was carved out from Madhya Pradesh, and the only the economic confidence behind seeking or behind claiming the partition from the Madhya Pradesh was nothing else but its rich mineral resources. And certainly, we have proved this one. In last 20 years, the state has developed its mineral resources like anything. And right from 400 crores of its revenue to now, last year it was 12,000 crores. So that is not only in terms of the revenue, but in other aspects also. In tips, I can say, it covers only 4% of the country, but contributes more than 16% of the value of mineral produced in the country. We have almost 1/5 of coal, iron ore, and dolomite, the three basic industrial minerals, core minerals. We do have the limestone, bauxites, and apart from that, the gold, the diamond, and everything else, even the alexandrite. Alexandrite, there are only two locations in the entire world where it is found. One is Russia and another is Chhattisgarh, Devbhog. Chhattisgarh is the only state which produces tin in the country. Tin, yes, cassiterite. And these rich mineral resources not only contributes to the revenue, but it's more important is source of the basic raw material. We contribute almost 18% of the sponge iron produced in the country, 15% of aluminum, 10% of thermal power, 8% of crude steel, and 5% of cement. You can just think of just a state which encompasses only 4% of the country and giving this much up. This is very important to my state also. It contributes almost 11% of my state GDP. And if I, combine the mineral-based industries based on these minerals, it comes around 34 to 35%. So almost third person is directly, indirectly engaged with the mining or mining-related operations. So it becomes very important to state and to me also. And as far as the challenges or other things are concerned, certainly, one thing is the discovery of minerals, and then its exploration. Then the transfer of mining rights, that is grant of mineral concession, mining leases वगैरह जो sanction करना बहुत challenging रहा है. इसके बाद में it's a regulation part. Once it is granted, how best you can provide the ease of doing to the stakeholders, reach this mineral industry. And once the revenue is realized, how best we can use that mineral revenue for the sustainable development of the people and area affected by that mining activities. Certainly, after 2015, things has been changed. Particularly the exploration part, which has been being done by this esteemed organization, GSI, MECL, Atomic Mineral Division, and right DEGM. 2015, the onus has now shifted to the state agencies only. Because one thing was that prior to 2015, there was an application mode. There was seamless transfer from prospecting to mining lease. जो प्राइवेट एजेंसीज जिनको हमें प्रोस्पेक्टिंग देते थे उनको कंफर्म रहता था कि इफ दे प्रूव इट दे विल गेट द माइनिंग लीज सो देयर वर सम इंटरेस्ट ओवर दैट after 2015 all we have to do it only the state either the DGM or the GSI or MECL. So unless otherwise the exploration is done, that too very diligently. Sorry to say, I should not say sorry, but simply but the GSI and the MECL prior to 2015 the focus was rather more academic, something discovery, but this is not going to serve the purpose. Not discovery, but it has to be proved, geologically proven, and it has to be, mining should be feasible, and at the same time it has to be economically viable also. Then only this deposit can be developed to the mankind for the source of raw material or employment or revenue. So this is very important, and in 2015 we all had to change our attitude. No, we have to do very diligently. Of course, Government of India has given some incentives in this regard to the private exploration private agencies also. But certainly it is not that one who does the exploration will get the mining. There is only one mode, that is the auction and auction only. So precisely, we have got now 3 challenges. Now the grant of rights transfer, mining route herbism. Earlier 2015, you must have heard about the 2G scheme, coal scheme, whatnot. But thanks to the Government of India, they brought that major change in that MMDR Act. One thing is the allotment of mineral blocks through e-auction. Very important. The second one was some directive that we should have some IT-based regulation system. And the third was the DMF. Very important aspects. So as far as the e-auction, one by one, let me explain you. E-auction, again, it was a very great step for the state exchequer also. Number one thing is that grant of through e-auction, through electronic platform, it was the year. Otherwise, एक sanction करना मतलब वो पंचवर्षीय योजना हुआ करती थी. कई बार तो दशक लग जाते थे बिल्कुल. और इनफैक्ट मेरे सामने में तो यहाँ पर सारे आपके जो इतने प्लेटिनम स्पॉन्सर से लेकर के जो गोल्ड और सिल्वर सभी के सभी हैं, दे आर वेरी नोन फेस टू द छत्तीसगढ़ आल्सो. उन्होंने एप्लीकेशन मोड में भी लिया है और ऑक्शन मोड में भी सब माइंस वगैरह लिया है. तो अभी 2015 के बाद में ई ऑक्शन में ऑल आई हैव टू डिजिटाइज माई डेटा which is compatible for a mining lease or composite license. मेरे को उसको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ऑक्शन प्लेटफॉर्म में डाल देना है जो STQC enabled हो and need not to worry anything. अभी ऑलरेडी एक मेरे स्टेट में एक ऑक्शन चल रहा है. आई एम सिटिंग हियर, एंटायर डिपार्टमेंट बिजी विद समवेयर एल्स, बट द बिडिंग इज गोइंग फॉर वन ऑफ द आयरन ब्लॉक इन द स्टेट ऑफ छत्तीसगढ़. सो अब वो जो 5 साल और एक दशक जो लगता था, वो इट्स हार्डली ए मैटर ऑफ 75 days. NIT is floated. I do not know who is bidding. Neither the bidder knows who others are bidding. And just in the 75 days, one becomes the preferred bidder. But it is not so simple again. It is not simple because while looking at the data, I have to convince the potential bidders. I have to take my everything in a so positive manner like LIC agent. Let it be a good policy, but it is not easy to sell out the LIC policies. चाहे उनके जीवन के लिए, चाहे उनको रिटर्न के लिए कितना भी अच्छा हो. So state the department as a administrator also, I am the joint director, but I have to behave like in a very friendly way. I have to have my attitude in a very positive way, very proactive and very transparent and diligent. Why I am fixing 5% reserve price? Why it is not 10%? Why I am claiming only this? So that is the one part which I think state of Chhattisgarh has done very efficiently, and we are the first state. Despite there are other states also, Rajasthan, Odisha, everything. Sorry, I am taking much of time. But we are the first state to crack that allotment of mineral blocks in e-auction. And the Free Cement, your platinum partner, was the first to become the preferred bidder. So that was the thing. Other the gold block, the first gold block auction through the electronic board was the Chhattisgarh only. And I'm proud to say that one of the international magazine, Forbes magazine also, they commented this is the right way to allot minerals. Even the Honorable Prime Minister actually acclaimed this one in the Parliament also. So this one is the one part. That is the transparent and most efficient way of allocation. The second part is that share in profit. That is the first time. Ultimately, there is a muram or diamond or limestone. It's a public property. It's a natural resource, it's a public property. It cannot be given to a private company or person. If I am selling, if I am giving my, मैं खेत अपने को अधिया में कहीं पर देता हूँ किसी को वहाँ पर खेती करने के लिए, it is my right to claim the share in the profit. And accordingly, the central government first time brought that share in profit principle. So in that way, the premium, in the terms of premium, and you Mr. Ujaley, would be like, so far we have auctioned 14 blocks, and in that 14 blocks, had it be in a application mode, the state would have faced maximum 12,000 crores of rupees in terms of royalty. But since it has been allotted through auction mode, we will get not less than 75,000 crores over and above the royalty as a share in the profit. That is a big one. So there are two aspects. One thing, it has been allocated in a very transparent manner, and the other thing, state will get 75,000 crores plus revenue. And third, very important, just 5 to 6 years, and not a single allegation, not a single complaint regarding the allotment. That is one aspect. So this is the allocation. But even after this transparent allocation, if I do not have a proper way of regulation of mines, once it is granted, so because ultimately the problem is very challenging, not only this purpose, that side also. आपने खदान ले लिया, खदान लेने के बाद में जब ऑपरेट करना शुरू होंगे, you have to comply with the mining plan, you have to comply with the environment clearance, lot of terms and conditions, everything. So even they have to pay royalty, they have to pay DMF, NMET, environment sales, infrastructure, TCS, whatnot, and in different heads, in different accounts. So it takes almost 3-4 days, it used to pay in a different heads and everything. So that what we have done in 2017, we have launched one Khanij online portal. That's an e-portal that takes into account everything. Hamara administrator, your stakeholder, the transporter, the end user, everyone works on the same portal, the same platform. All you have to register your data, all the Janam Kundli of the your mining list, and just forget about the next 50 years. All you have to update the thing. You need not to go to any bank, any office. All you have to update your ECFC, everything, and that system will take care of this thing. It's a real-time assessment also. If anything, royalty is revised in the back end, it will calculate the royalty and real the assess and the credit and debit notability. And third most important, just 1 minute I will take. The third aspect is that despite having more than 3 dozens of clearances for getting Malay, you people must be experiencing. But आप कितना भी अच्छे हो जाएं, आपका वेदांता हो जाए, चाहे श्री सीमेंट हो जाए, चाहे वंडर सीमेंट हो जाए, still you face a lot of trouble when you start working there. Why? हमने 3 दर्जन से ज़्यादा क्लियरेंसेस ले, फिर भी एक क्लियरेंस हम लेने से चूक जाते हैं. That is the social clearance. आप वहाँ के लोगों को तो अपन कन्विंस ही नहीं कर पाते. ECFC से कन्विंस नहीं होने वाले माइनिंग प्लान से. हमको जब तक उनको साथ में अपना रखेंगे, तो ये करके how we can gain their confidence. So that is the one thing. That is, एक पहले करते थे CSR.
Right.
So CSR was a right like a charity. But in the 2015, the DMF concept has come. So that is a sort of drip irrigation. Exactly जहाँ से पैसा आ रहा है, exactly पैसा वहीं जा रहा है. And Chhattisgarh state has done a number of innovative work. और मैं दंतेवाड़ा, वहाँ 60 साल से वहाँ पर NMDC माइनिंग कर रही है. परंतु वहाँ पहली बार हो रहा है कि वहाँ के लोगों को 700 से ज़्यादा महिलाएं कुछ नहीं कर पाती थी, वो सीजनल फूड पर रहती थी. उनको हमने स्टिचिंग का ट्रेनिंग दिया और वहाँ पर से उन्होंने सिलाई करते हैं. कुछ कंपनी से, ब्रांडेड कंपनी से हमने उनको टाई अप करवाया, उनको वो मिलता है. और डेनेक्स करके दंतेवाड़ा नेक्स्ट करके एक ब्रांड है, उसके हिसाब से पूरे आपके ब्रांडेड कपड़े, बहुत सारे कपड़े आप लोग जो शोरूम में देखते होंगे, उसमें से ऐसे कुछ भी होंगे जो माइनिंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट से आ रहा है. एंड दे आर रनिंग नॉट लेस देन 7,000 to 15,000 per month.
Right.
So everything. So this is all we can take the confidence of the work there and the social alliances. I think in that way only we can achieve that the target of sustainable development.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Yes,
Mr. Diwan.
Mr. Sharma, if you could add your views, especially from Hindustan Zinc Limited perspective, as to how you look at the state of Rajasthan and some of the activities that your organization would have done in relation to the exploration and the marketing opportunity that you see here.
Thank you. Good evening. I just would like to share here that Hindustan Zinc, somewhere 2002, this investment took place. That time Hindustan Zinc was having hardly 140 million ton reserve and resource. Since then, past 20 years, we have successfully mined more than 170 million ton reserve. And today, touch wood, we are having around 440 million tons. And I am very pleased to inform everybody that last year we have mined 1 million ton metal out of 17 million ton overproduction. This has come through our belief, the Vedanta way of doing the things. This moment, every year, I am doing 500 kilometers of exploration drilling. I am spending more than 100 crore rupees towards the exploration. We believe in exploration. That's why there is a very healthy pipeline. We can think of what are the upcoming projects and grow our output from there. What I am looking forward from here, that this has come with our strong team on the ground, mechanized way of doing the things. We are able to drill today 1.2 kilometers down the depth. And we got latest software, whether you call Serpec, Datamine, Leapfrog, Acquire, all are with us. we are setting up target in such a way that each and every hole is positive. We measure our success, that how many hole we design, what is my success rate first. The second thing, now we are looking digitization and automation in the field of exploration as well. What are those? We are going where we are going to find the right place where we have to drill and find the anomalies there or ore. But on top of that, what I am trying to say, even once the core comes on the surface, we are looking auto scanning. We are looking at how to find out what are the minerals available in that particular rock. So that level of automation we are doing. So from here, what I would like to say that there is a strong need in terms of exploration. The deep-seated mineral, the success rate is 1 in 1,000 probably. It's not like a coal or iron where you drill the short, there will be some ore. Grade may be issue, cut-off grade or above the cut-off grade. But in deep-seated mineral, the success rate is very, very low. So, but we need to keep exploring, keep spending money, but with use of better technology. There is a strong demand now, as I said earlier during my presentation, need to discover these base metals, deep-seated metals, and which is very, very important, and this is going to play a very significant role towards the development of the country. Particularly, if, as I given you a few numbers that time, that if 10% of import substitute we replace, we can save huge amount of exchequer, and same time it will generate lot of employment. So I am requesting that more and more promotion and support to be given towards the exploration, and then same time the mineral which is today we are saying below the cutoff grade, which doesn't produce, we can't produce and can't give a dollar out of that, then it's very difficult. It will remain seated always in underground. So from this forum, I would like to request that we should promote whether the mineral is below cutoff grade or above cutoff grade. It should attract a different royalty rate which is below cutoff grade, and some sort of another way of supporting the exploration company. And now I know that today big companies like GSI, MECL, they are doing good job, fairly good job, but there is a requirement of more junior explorer in the country so that we can find out more and more mineral early so that we can exploit. That's from my side. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Mr. Sharma. Thank you for your view. We have completely exhausted our... Would you like to add, Mr. Kumar?
In Rajasthan state, some mines are 20-year-olds, some mines are 30-year-olds, some mines are 40-year-olds. So there must be a strategy to replacement of mines. Once you replace the mine, then government will get the constant source of revenue, royalty, DMF and MET. So there must be some strategy 2040 if it is not from the DMG side. And then that strategy should be implemented systematically in such a manner that we should able to cover up this 81,000 square kilometer obvious geological potential area out of 3.5 lakh square kilometer total area of the state. That is number 1 point I wanted to emphasize. Number 2 is there must be a deep-seated drilling also, because minerals are located in coal or gold mine. The gold was found up to 3.5 kilometer depth. So unless you mandate something like that, if any block is there, you should have it at least 20% drilling component should be up to 1000 meter or up to 600 meter. Some expert group of MECL and GSI should be formed, so that if any mineral is there, if you have mined out shallow, then it will be left inside once for all. And then we have to give the importance to the low grade deposits also, because today it is low grade and not coming under cutoff grade because not economically viable. Tomorrow, after 20 years, same low grade mineral will be economically viable. So we continuously spend money for exploration, and exploration expenditure should not be treated as an expenditure. It should be treated as an investment for the replacement of the mines. Thank you.
Right. Mr. Das, would you like to add something?
I wanted to discuss some important information that GSI has discovered in 90s 114 million ton. GSI has discovered in 90s 114 million tons of gold in Bhukia. So that was the most important information I forgot to tell you. And another thing, with the request of or the advice of Planning Commission on Niti Aayog, we have started exploration of tungsten in Degana area. And there's a Balda, Degana, Piplia is a belt where a lot of tungsten we are getting along with a little bit of tin. And also lithium is of the strategic mineral, what for we are searching now. So this is a thing. And in addition, I wanted to support his views that deep drilling is required. And for that, prior to deep drilling, we need thorough geophysical investigation. Deep-seated electric SP and IP survey is required because surface geology has exhausted. Geology's work is partially over. Now geophysics has to come to the role to get deep-seated exploration, deep-seated mineral on gravity, magnetic, and the Geological Survey of India also have done some aeromagnetic survey. So that has given a very good result in the Trans-Aravalli region, which is supposed to be covered, which is apparently covered by the sand dunes and the desert. Underneath, we are getting some good magnetic anomaly. And for RE, we are getting radioactive signals. Those are now new information with new technology GSI has contributed to the nation. Thank you very much.
Right.
Just important information. MECL just now procured one magnetic telluric equipments which can penetrate up to 10 to 12 kilometer depth inside the earth. If any mineral is located, that can also be traced out. Thank you.
Right. We have now completely exhausted our time. So thank you so much, each one of you, for being such a wonderful panelist and sharing your views. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. My point on the Sharma on the skill development. So many technologies are available, but where the skill? There is a need of skilling India, energizing India, energizing Pakistan.
I think we did discuss on the skill part in the previous panel discussion where a couple of speakers. Right. Let's go ahead.
प्रोजेक्ट है अलवर में जो बंद हो गया है इसको रिवेटलाइज किया जाए और दरीबा को एक्सप्लोर करके कॉपर इज ए गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी व्हाई नॉट टू एक्सप्लोर द कॉपर इन इंडिया lignite in Bikaner like that.
Mr. Sharma, if you can take it.
Yeah, you are absolutely right here that the way how deep is your pocket, you can buy technology, you can buy equipment, but there is a very big shortage of skill. So what we are doing as a Hindustan thing, just I want to share with you. Every area we goes there and a batch of 200 young youth, those who wanted to work in the mining sector, ITI or BSc or BCom, we are selecting from there and under our Indian Institute of Skill Development program, we are putting on them 18-month onboarding training program. What does it mean? We are giving them theory lecture and same time bringing in the mine, they are opening the machine, they are operating the machine, doing both operation as well as maintenance job. After 18 months successful completion, they are coming to the mine and all the business partner, they are selecting from them and putting on the job. So little bit we are doing for ourselves, but this kind, yes, I agree with you that there is a very big shortage of skill. We should look for the same time skill development as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.